Ancient Egypt was a civilization that thrived along the Nile River in northeastern Africa for over 3,000 years. The history of ancient Egypt is a long and complex one, spanning from the pre-dynastic period, which began around 5500 BCE, to the Roman period, which ended in 395 CE. During this time, ancient Egypt developed a unique culture, religion, and system of government that would influence the development of Western civilization. The pre-dynastic period was a time of gradual unification of the various tribes and villages along the Nile. This period saw the emergence of a distinct Egyptian culture, including the development of hieroglyphic writing and the creation of elaborate pottery and jewelry. The pre-dynastic period came to an end around 3100 BCE, when King Narmer unified Upper and Lower Egypt, creating the first dynasty of ancient Egypt. The early dynastic period, which lasted from around 3100 to 2613 BCE, saw the establishment of a strong centralized government and the development of a robust economy. The pharaohs of this period, including Khsekamwe and Djoser, oversaw the construction of elaborate tombs and temples, including the Step Pyramid at Saqqara. The early dynastic period also saw the emergence of a powerful nobility, who would play a significant role in the politics of ancient Egypt for centuries to come. The Old Kingdom, which lasted from around 2613 to 2181 BCE, is often referred to as the Pyramid Age of ancient Egypt. During this period, the pharaohs, including Khufu, Khafra, and Menkaure, oversaw the construction of the Great Pyramids at Giza, some of the most impressive architectural achievements in history. The Old Kingdom also saw the development of a complex system of government, including a powerful bureaucracy and a network of officials who oversaw the collection of taxes and the administration of justice. The First Intermediate Period, which lasted from around 2181 to 1991 BCE, was a time of great upheaval in ancient Egypt. The Old Kingdom had collapsed, and the country was divided into a number of small kingdoms, each ruled by a local noble. This period saw the emergence of a new class of rulers, the Theban dynasty, who would eventually reunify the country and establish the Middle Kingdom. The Middle Kingdom, which lasted from around 1991 to 1650 BCE, was a period of renewed prosperity and stability in ancient Egypt. The pharaohs of this period, including Amos I and Hatshepsut, oversaw the construction of new temples and tombs, and the country experienced a resurgence of trade and commerce. The Middle Kingdom also saw the emergence of a new form of Egyptian art, which emphasized realism and naturalism. The Second Intermediate Period, which lasted from around 1650 to 1550 BCE, was another time of great upheaval in ancient Egypt. The Middle Kingdom had collapsed, and the country was invaded by the Hyksos, a group of Semitic peoples from Asia. The Hyksos established their own dynasty in Egypt, but were eventually driven out by the Theban dynasty, who established the New Kingdom. The New Kingdom, which lasted from around 1550 to 1070 BCE, was a period of great wealth and power in ancient Egypt. The pharaohs of this period, including Thutmose III and Ramses II, oversaw the construction of new temples and tombs, and the country experienced a resurgence of trade and commerce. The New Kingdom also saw the emergence of a new form of Egyptian art, which emphasized grandeur and monumentalism. The Third Intermediate Period, which lasted from around 1070 to 664 BCE, was a time of great decline in ancient Egypt. The New Kingdom had collapsed, and the country was divided into a number of small kingdoms, each ruled by a local noble. This period saw the emergence of a new class of rulers, the Nubian dynasty, who would eventually reunify the country and establish the Late Period. The Late Period, which lasted from around 664 to 332 BCE, was a time of renewed prosperity and stability in ancient Egypt. The pharaohs of this period, including Psamtik I and Amasis II, oversaw the construction of new temples and tombs, and the country experienced a resurgence of trade and commerce. The Late Period also saw the emergence of a new form of Egyptian art, which emphasized simplicity and elegance. The Ptolemaic period, which lasted from around 332 to 30 BCE, was a time of great change in ancient Egypt. The country had been conquered by Alexander the Great, and the Ptolemaic dynasty, which was established by one of Alexander's generals, ruled the country. The Ptolemaic period saw the emergence of a new form of Egyptian culture, which was heavily influenced by Greek culture. The period also saw the construction of new temples and tombs, including the Great Library of Alexandria.